All trees don't bother about losing their flowers as they fall down. After losing its own flowers, trees are again very busy in producing colorful, fruitful, joyful flowers again and again. Similarly, life is not about what we had lost in the past year, 2024. Life is about how much I can progress in 2025. Are we progressing year by year in all aspects of our life? How can we ensure that 2025 brings all good things in my life and success in whatever efforts I am making or I am keeping as a target? What would be the best New Year resolution for 2025? Not one, at least let's try to identify top three best resolutions to consider for 2025. That's a topic for today's session. We all know that Maharishi had said, for a prosperous life, two things are most important. One is progress. I have to progress in all aspects of life compared to what I was last year, last month, yesterday. So I have to keep on progressing in my life journey. In order to enjoy that progress in my life, the second most important thing is self transformation, correction, or how I change the way I think, the way I speak, the way I do. Unless I change myself, I can't expect outside situations to change, by which we think that is the way for our progress in our life. I was, for example, someone who was taking three tablets every day for some disease last year. Now, this year, he should stop the tablet. This is one aspect of progress. So, in all areas of life, we have to consider that how I can make progress in that life. To achieve that progress in life, what should I change in terms of behavior, attitude, thinking, thought process, or whatever actions I do? All that I have to consider it and do it. If I sometimes people see lot of progress in their life without them changing it at all. For example, some politicians, they were having 10 crores. Now they may be in 5 years time, their asset could be 100 crore. And another 2 years, it could be 1,000 crores of money as their asset. What they have doing on that, we may not be able to see that. But whatever, if they are not changing it, maybe the old good karmas are giving them the result. That is one possibility. Or the second possibility is they are getting all good things now, but what if they have not changed in a good manner? Definitely there is a side effect attached to it, and that will come in future, either in my life or in my kids' life. That also, those who are following the wrong path to achieve only wealth, you can see how is their life in terms of their kids, families, and all that. There will be at least one big weakness in their life to think all the time as a uh, as a deficit or as a problem, right? So we have to ensure that whatever we change now, that brings me happiness, good things, positive progress, not only in 2025, and it also in all my future things, and not only to me, even to my wife, my kids, my parents, my siblings, all around us. So that is the real meaning of true success. So what are the top 3 New Year resolution we can consider? That is my target, to identify top 3 resolution. But we cannot be, or we may not be, generalizing this top 3 resolution as a best one for everyone, because it depends on where I was so bad in 2024, so that I specifically target those aspects of life, those areas of life for 2025 to make progress in that area. There are, if you see astrology, they have divided human life into 12 aspects, 12 areas of life. And according to the Sanchita Karma, that tells in 2025 which area you will have a problem, right? So that it's only applicable for those who are simply living on the basis of fate. They are not applying any wisdom to change the destiny, right? For them, it is 100%, not 100%, 60, 70%, it could be matching. Being a Vedatrian, we are much, much, much above that level of living. So definitely it will not apply. At least I have been seeing in my life itself, against the practice what I have been doing a little bit. Still, I am seeing uh, it never happened so far. At least 20 years back, I must have had done a surgery in my body, inside the body. And I must have met with an accident. Any astrologer, when they see my horoscope, they will tell this actually, right? And anyway, etc., etc. There are few things, negative things which I have been seeing it. I know almost like 15, 14 years back, when I started studying astrology and trying to understand what it is and how we can predict and things like that, I found that I must have, means I will definitely go for one chronic, one disease, and that also surgery. Like that, I could read that analysis. Means I could infer that by applying the rules. I said, is that possible? And to my surprise, when we do these foot reflexology, you know what Maharishi says, when you apply from the toes to the heels, then I started observing closely whether I feel pain in that particular area. And I compare to all other areas of my foot on left foot only, because that organ is only on the left side. And I found little more pain there. Oh my God. So fate is doing a fantastic job. It is clearly driving me to manifest that particular disease. Okay. Then I started, no, let me see destiny or my willpower, what Vedatrium taught me. So I started applying pressure on those particular part of my foot, and almost now 12 years passed, nothing happened. But all of a sudden, since last 6 months, I am seeing that is again popping up. So sometimes if the karma is so strong, you can postpone it or you can stop it at. So all those things are there. So we can't be generalizing the top 3 resolution to everyone, because what they were doing in 2024, that is important for us to improve that area, to make progress in that area. Keep this in mind. Let us now let us think for a minute, all of you. Whatever areas I'm going to list down now, how it was 2024. Should I make a specific resolution or target to make progress in that area? First of all, health. How my health was in 2024, how I want to be in 2025. Actually, as the aging goes on, it will deteriorate. This is what the general statistics is. Obviously, it is true as well, because we can't fight against nature 100%, right? 99.9%, 90% is possible. So, but however, if we can come to that conclusion only if I take all the best possible efforts I can take to change my destiny. So whether am I taking it or not, then I should not be blaming the fate for everything, right? So first one is a physical health, how it was, how it has to be. And then degree of happiness. Every day, am I enjoying my life? Or while even having meals also, I am with a tight face and not smiling, not laughing, not freely talking to at least 4 or 5 people, if not all. But we should be able to free with everyone. So whether are we enjoying happiness, progressing, progress is there in my happiness or not? Of course, that happiness depends on not only my own happiness, how my dependents are, my how far my wife's happiness is increased. If wife's happiness is increased, obviously mine too. But if she is upset, 10% less than compared to 2023 in 2024, definitely it is going to affect even if I don't know, because her negative energy is going to disturb my biomagnetic energy, and it is going to disturb our children as well. So that is also important. Then our profession, career, the position, or whatever the field I am in, abilities. Is there any new talent, new abilities which I have gained or I can gain so that I can make my future sometimes after retirement, what I am going to do? There are many people who have been telling me in my age, Muthu, you are so lucky because you are very clear, you are so equipped in post-retirement activities. What I am supposed to do, I am very clear after my retirement, right? And there are many people who are retired, but they may have 10 crore in the bank, but their mind is evil. The mind is doing all nonsense, and it is creating so much problem at home as well. Because when there is no activity, it's a problem, right? So abilities, how can I improve it? Fame, name. Everybody has to look for name and fame. So how can I increase that? Qualification, my education. I know there are some people who make a new year resolution as every day 10 pages. I will 30 pages I will read every day, minimum 30 pages, not the stories or magazines, good books. If someone can make a resolution to read 30 pages per day, by year end they will have finished 10,000 pages reading. So how much knowledge you can acquire. So my education, my qualification, can I have some more qualification, can I study some, pursue some diploma course, post anything, right? And then the character, behavior, values like anger, greedy, patience, whatever good values, whatever character, whatever character I had last year, what should be for next year. So all that are also very, very important. And then self growth overall, how I am aging goes on, that doesn't have any relations to my self growth or maturity is different from aging, right? Aging goes up, maturity need not go up unless I work on it, right? So how much self growth I made overall. And relationship with parents, siblings, friends, relatives. Do I have at least one close friend to share all my family things? Imagine there will not be any stress. Half of the problem will be solved once you vomit something to someone who is trustworthy. Otherwise, these people can, now they are friend. After 5 years, if there is a problem between the two, those guys can misuse that information, which I have seen from people who has been sharing with me. So on financial matter, do I have some close friend to whom I can share all my finances, all my financial challenges, all advice I need from him? Similarly, spirituality. So like that, do we have some close network of friends, which how can I build that? Slowly. It cannot happen in 1 month time. It has to be slowly, going on. Social service, how much of service I do for outside my family. So can I improve it? How can I improve it? What are the options available for it? Obviously, spiritual growth. So all these areas are very important for everyone to make a progress in their life, and how much I did it. Obviously, on some of the areas, we have to take a special effort. Without that special effort, I will not make progress. And if I don't make that change in my effort, in my actions, in my words, in my thinking process, definitely 2025 end will be worse than 2023 or 2024. So think for a minute, find out what areas were weak in 2024 and what should be my effort in 2025 to make a progress in that area. Now, what I am going to discuss, top three, is that these three resolutions will bring progress in all the 11 areas of life, what I described. Not only 11 areas, even if I have missed something, all areas of overall life quality will be improved if we can make top three that resolution, which will contribute to overall success in my life. That's what we are going to do that. But let me share one of my experience, which I have been doing it since last 2010, so 14 years. Every year end on 31st December, we family members sit on one place. Last 31st December, we were together. Only difference is, yeah, normally myself, my wife, and my two kids used to be there. This time, my daughter's hubby, I mean, my son-in-law, and my 6-year-old grandson was also there. We have identified it was around 10 factors, and we changed it to 11 in 2022, and we changed it to 14 in 2024. Now these 14 factors, for example, how much I am addicted to mobile. This is one of the factor, right? Now, so mobile time, how much time I spend on mobile every day. Now, I have to evaluate how I used my mobile phone in 2024. I have to put a mark out of 10. Okay, I put 8. Now, my wife has to assess for the same factor how my husband is addicted to the phone out of 10, right? So she puts a mark for myself. My son puts a mark. My daughter, my son-in-law. I was so shocked this year, 2024 end on 31st. This 6-year-old grandson, my God, his observation is extraordinary. And he put a mark to me 8, and he put a mark 2 to others. Okay, so like mobile addiction, patience, appreciations, how I appreciate others, how much criticize, fault finding. So there are around 14 factors we identified, and at the end of discussion, it went for almost like 3 hours actually on 31st December, because if if I put 2 marks for something, for example, mobile addiction, to my daughter or wife, they will ask, why you put 2 mark last 1 year? I have to explain. I have to justify why I put low mark or high mark. No need to bother. Low marks only we are interested, right? So we have now, after finishing that exercise, and I know, oh my God, compared to 2024, where my mark came down compared to 2024, that is one. But the other aspect is, okay, in 2024, his mark is 5. Now it become 4. Making 5 is not a target. Getting 10 is a target. So what should I change in 2025 to make sure by end of 2025, 31st December, all my people, they give me 10 out of 10. That should be my target, and that should be my new year resolution. So if I change my attitude, that is more than enough for everything else, right? So that is very, very important. So I just shared that particular experience. Please do it. It is really more effective. It is more powerful. And I didn't drive it. I used this for first few years. I initiated. Now, on 20th itself, my son told from Bangalore, Daddy, 31st, we are sitting, right? Yes. And my daughter said, yes, we all are sitting. So everybody is interested to know where they stand and what they should be year end. So that will give your, the best method to, not best method, one of the method, which I follow, right? Okay, right. So now let us talk about top three important resolution which will improve myself in all aspects of life. And in all aspects of life means the top target is whatever I think it should happen, and what is possible only I think it should be a fulfilled life. I don't means next minute if God is ready to, sorry, not ready, God wants to take me, oh happy, I am so happy, I have no issue at all, perfect, because I have done my duty to the best and nothing better can be done. I am ready, come, let's go, like that mind should be ready. If I have couple of unfulfilled ambitions, desires, that means I am not ready. I will be afraid of death. And not only death, for everything. So this is not going to give me a peaceful sleep. The moment I go to bed, immediately I should start sleeping it. According to medical science, 60 seconds is the time. If I can't go to sleep in 60 seconds of reaching bed, I have something wrong here. So that amount of contentment, I should get it. Otherwise, it is going to be a challenge. Okay, contentment doesn't mean making my 10 crore from 10 crore to 100 crore. Not at all. Ambition is different. Contentment is different. So we all have come to Qatar. Maybe I also came to Qatar for assuming that 5 years is more than enough. When I ask some people, say, how long you are here? Oh, 20, my God, 25 years. Now I completed 26 years. So whether contentment is not there or not, still greedy is there. That is why I'm here. Not at all. With the contentment. So that is very, very important. That detach, if you know how to detach it, perfect. So that is what we should aim for. Okay. So now, what should be the top three resolution? If anybody can think of something, please write it in the chat box. We will definitely continue the discussion. Those who attended my Tamil lecture, you don't put your comments, okay? But let me start explaining. You know, some comments are there. Video on, please. Video, Surya sir, you are seeing my video, right? Sharani?
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah, it is visible. Like it was at the beginning, the message was at the beginning.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, yeah. I didn't switch on at while I started. Means I saluted my mother, father, guru. I normally don't switch on the video, so with closed eyes I do it. So yeah, yeah. Thank you. Fine. Now, if you take a tree, big tree, how prosperous the tree is. It is producing lot of fruits or whatever it is supposed to, and every year the production is so high in quantity, high in quality, and there is no insects coming there is no pesticide required. The tree is fully prosperous and grown to the best possible. Now if that tree has to be prosperous, the only condition is how long it went high, that same height it should go deep inside the soil. Not only depth, strongly also. Okay, depth it has gone, but if it is not strong, it can break as well. The roots are so depth, gone to depth. I know here one of my friend who is also a Sky member, he had a peculiar problem. His drainage at home is not at all working there. It gets blocked. And he is a civil no construction job, his own business. So he has the manpower resources ready, thoroughly checked the entire home, is a villa. Nothing could find why it is not going. So he had to do something every 1 month or 2 months to make the drainage go properly. he couldn't find the location. And he also discussed with a couple of consultants, what could be the other reason? I checked this, entered. My God, you know what he found? It took almost like 6 months to think, because he was exploring one by one outside the home also. And it was a corner house. And what he found, the drainage pipe, which is going from his home, or coming to his home, around 20 meters away from his home, there is some tree. And that root, it went inside the pipe, and it was leaking as well. But it went inside, means it put a hole in the pipe, and the root went inside, and the root came out of the other side of the pipe as well. It's a GRP pipe, and it went in and came out. And the leakage was also stopped in, I think, could be few months, because otherwise people would have noticed it. And that the roots were so tightly sealing that leakage, sealing that hole, so there is no leakage outside. But that root, it starts growing, and it is totally blocking the drainage going out from his home. This he had to do it by digging the underground pipe. Then he found that this root is going through this pipe. So the root has to be so strong and so depth it should go inside. Similarly, human life, our life. If I have to live a very prosperous, highly prosperous life in all areas of life, how much I went inside me, how strongly I went inside me, that decides my prosperity. Prosperity, the general meaning of prosperity means wealth. According to Maharishi, because he's used a word in Tamil is a different word, Nirai Selvam, but the English translation for Nirai Selvam is a prosperity, but it doesn't carry the 100% meaning of that. So I redefine prosperity, the meaning. Prosperity means it is not having high amount of wealth, or it is not about having keep on increasing my wealth quantity, not at all. What he says, because nowadays we know, and the Gulf people, they know very well how hard it is to earn money. The same degree of effort is required to protect your money also, to protect your property also. Otherwise the money will lose, right, will be lost. So uh, what I was telling, so prosperity means it is not wealth. Prosperity means whatever I need in my life, whenever I need it, whatever quality in it, how much I need it, what quality I need it, exactly when I need it, I get that. If my son needs a admission in a very good college, very good course, I get it. I have a knee pain, I need a very good doctor to diagnose me, to give me medicine, correct medicine, and to clear the sickness in 2 days' time. That is called prosperity. Money cannot buy even a happiness, even a sleep. So money cannot remove my stomach pain. So money is one part of it which helps me to live a comfortable life. Obviously, there is no second thought in it, but that is not 100% can bring me prosperity. So prosperity means I have fulfillment in my life. I have no shortage on anything in my life. That is called prosperity. So that prosperity can come only if I do inner travel. So deeply as well as strongly. Depth, strong, both are important. So how much I go, that decides my prosperity. Already few people have answered it. Maintain good health, improving family and social relationship, improving financial. Absolutely perfect. Sure, sure. So now the prosperity, if I need it, I have to do inner travel. How much deeply, how strongly I am successful in my inner travel. That decides my overall success in my life. So inner travel. Maharishi has given us a beautiful meditation. His meditation is purely based on inner travel, transcendental meditation. We cut off seeing outside world through all five senses, and we start observing the life force, and then we start becoming one with the life force at Turiam, and then we become one with the root of that life force, which is the divinity. That is how he is taking us slowly inner travel. And if I make the inner travel, so I am here, so I shut down the outside world senses. I don't see, I don't hear, I don't smell, I don't touch, I don't taste. So all those five things are shut. Mind is looking at inside the life force. In Agna, in Turiyam, the mind will become one with the life force at the Turiyam, and then I expand, go out of my physical body, and slowly, 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 I go to the absolute space. The other end of the mind is divinity. So if I make an inner travel, I have to reach the divinity. If I can reach the divinity, divinity can do anything. Divinity knows everything. And divinity is eternal. What else I need in my life? That is why there are some great Mahans. Maharishi physically is not with us, he is still living with us. Because the only reason is he was here. If someone can go there, people will live infinite. People will remember his life, right? So that is what we should aim to go. Inner travel so deeply, so strongly. We all do Triyadita meditation. We all become one with absolute space. How strongly? Maharishi says two things at Turyaditam: dissolving and freezing. So I have to dissolve myself in absolute space so I don't feel anything. Nothingness, emptiness, thoughtlessness. So there is no thought. That is the first thing, dissolving. So no, nothing is there. But freezing there. Immediately we come out of it in few seconds or few minutes. Right? Freezing means I stay there, remain there in absolute space without any thoughts. That is what we should aim for. If I can do it, then the inner travel, I am at the other end of the mind, I am one with the divinity. That means I am capable to whatever I think, it will happen. What is possible only I will think. Life is a fulfilled life, prosperity is there, that's all. So now, how to achieve it? How can I make top three resolutions to make my inner travel so deeply and so strongly? What should I do for that? There was a saint, and that saint, he is at his deathbed. Means deathbed means he is going to die, and all his disciples, followers. Normally, if a great Mahan, great sage dies, what he says at the last, it carries lot of significant messages, right? So people are waiting for his last word before death. So they are all waiting. So he didn't tell anything, but then they requested, "Oh, we know that we are sorry, but we will be losing you. You will be dying now. What you want to convey to us as your last message to us?" So everybody asked that sage. Now the sage started talking with a smiling face. And where the sage was there was a donkey which is there near a tree. And so the sage looked at the donkey, and he started talking to donkey like this. My dear brother, please forgive me. I did not behave as a human being. You have been carrying me all the days, all the years, from this place to whatever place I want to. So this sage was sitting on top of that animal, and the animal was carrying him from this place to other places. So you have been carrying me all the years to many places. You never told me any complaint about that. But I never checked with you whether are you comfortable to carry me. And I have not done even one time throughout my 30, 40 years of using you. So you never complained, but I never asked you your comfortness, your liking, or you are okay to carry me or not. Such a stupid fellow I was. And I did not even bother about you. I did not care about you. I understand people will feed you something and you will eat and you will be okay. But I never bother to take care of you. And the worst part is, the last 40 years, I never appreciated you even once for all your good work. How bad I was. And he died. That's all. So he started talking to the donkey, and my dear brother, he said, and he apologized, and he told, I never, all that messages. What was his message to his disciples? That the same message to us, and the same message we have to find the New Year resolution. As simple as that. First thing he said, my dear brother. First of all, it is not a human, we say it, not he, right? But it also, it means this, we can say it because it is non-living. But donkey is a living thing, but we still say it. So he said, my dear brother, the first message. And then two, I have been giving pain to all the years because you are carrying me. Now he realized, I gave you pain. I was behaving like not even like a human being. Like an animal, I behaved. I gave you pain all the years. Second point. Third, you didn't complain. But I didn't bother to ask you, are you comfortable to carry me or not? So he didn't ask, are you comfortable to carry me? Fourth one, I never appreciated you for all your work. And fifth one, he said, please forgive me. He asked apology to the donkey. So, what should, what is the message for all of us? Simple. The purpose of our life is divine realization, self realization. Self realization is means realizing the presence of divinity in me. This is the first step. The second step is the same divinity in me is also present in everything, everyone, everywhere. So he realized the divinity is there in donkey also. And it is, though people call that as a donkey, as a fifth sense animal, it is it is also my brother. And so my dear friend, he asked, my dear friend, he told. So the message is all the things surrounding us, living things, non-living things, everything is our brothers and sisters. So that is the message. And I gave pain. I never appreciated. And I never bothered whether you ate or not every time. So that all shows how much love and compassion we have with all the people who are associated in my life, either as a life partner or as a maid or as an auto driver when we are in India or as the person who co-passenger in my office or in my flight anywhere, or even the animals, to whoever we are associated with it. All are to be treated as the divine. Are we doing it or not? Are we having love and compassion towards other living things? At least first human beings in my life. Parents, partner, kids, brothers, friends, colleagues, boss, maids. How are we treating the maid which we are who is coming to our home? Think for a minute. If we treat him like a, that doesn't mean that I have to treat him like a god. Oh, come, 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 all that. No, no, no. But at least when he does a mistake, how I am approaching him. Am I hurting him or not? So those kind of stuff. Can any goal better than this goal as a New Year resolution? That treating everyone as the manifestation of God and not conflicting with anyone around me. No conflict. That means not hurting them. In fact, if possible, appreciating them. All that positive things. Am I doing it or not? Now, if that is what I have to make as a New Year resolution, what should be the top three? Now, I have put the real essence of what I want. What should be our target, not only for 2025, all right? So what do you think? Can you please put now what could be your top three New Year resolution? Having said all that, having explained all it, I will just give you 30 seconds. Can you please put it on the chat box? Just put whatever you think as a best resolution from all this explanation. Enough for enough. Yes, you are right. These three resolution will make everything possible. Absolutely right. Better time management, more physical exercise, help more people in some or other ways. Excellent. No conflict with anyone. To remove my anger, see divinity in everything. Excellent. Show empathy to all. Interact daily within and outside family. Very good. Good health. Service. Very good. Practice regularly meditation and introspection. Excellent. Gratitude for everything. Self love. Accept as it is. Excellent. Health, contentment, happiness. To forget and forgive. Very good. Respect everyone. Self motivation and self transformation. Super. Even though we set resolution, how to follow without any gap? Kindly give tips. Okay. Um, it's a good point. Even though we set resolution, how to follow without any gap is a challenge. There are statistics which says that only 30% of the people take a New Year resolution. Out of 30% of the people, 80% of the people, they forget their resolution by February end. So in 2 months, so first few days, few weeks, they follow. Slowly it comes diluted. Second month end, the new resolution is forgotten. So obviously we have to do that. Would like to think good for me and others on daily basis. Ego should leave, then only we can, as you said, superb, excellent. Resolutions start too late, end too soon. Absolutely, yes, true. But nothing is, even though it is late, but we are starting. Actually, if you have to be successful, rather than we lost those so many years, at least the starting point, Mahatma Gandhi never read any newspaper until age 14 or 18. So he never have any clue about outside world. But he became the father of India nation. And somebody became the president at the age of 85 or 75, entered into politics. So, yeah, be always happy, healthy life, angerless. Perfect. Okay, let's start now. So much. Thanks for all the input. Now, I think like this. Of course, whatever you have been said, everything has a sense, meaning, and logically correct. As I said, it depends on how I think. So I can't expect everybody should think in the same way. It's impossible. So absolutely, it is nothing is wrong actually. Whatever answers is there, not even one is wrong. All are right. All are important as well. And if I say that something is wrong and that need not be a resolution, I am stupid. So super. Thank you so much. Let me share my analysis and then think for it. If you think it is good, keep it. And Maharishi has given 4 pillars, 4 stages to achieve perfection. That is the purpose of life. Perfection means realization, right? The first step is meditation. Second step is introspection. And the third is sublimation. Then fourth one is perfection. These four are he slowly he teaches us. First, he gives initiation so that by doing meditation, I gain willpower. And my frequency is low. If my frequency is low, I know what mistake I have done it. I also know what I should do to correct it. So lower frequency is important for both the ways. So first is the meditation. And the second is introspection. Now I have to think what I like need not bring me happiness all the time. What is right is important. What will bring me goodness not only now in future, not only for me, even for family members. This is the second thing, introspection. The third is after knowing what is right and wrong, by implementing it, by changing myself, that is called sublimation, right? Introspection is knowing the strengths and weakness of myself, planning to strengthen the positives, eliminate the weaknesses. That is the planning, implementation, and monitoring. These are the 4 steps for introspection. Identification of my strengths and weakness, planning to strengthen the strong points, eliminate the weakness. Planning is a second step. Implementation as per your plan, that is the third step. Monitoring that whatever I implemented, whether am I improving in my anger or not, that is the fourth step. This is called introspection. Now, so meditation, introspection. Third step is sublimation. Whatever I apply out of introspection, I change. I become a good personality, good character, good values. That is called sublimation. If I reach 100% sublimation result, I achieve perfection, self-realization. See, these are the 4 stages. Now, if I need to achieve divine realization, if I have to go there, then I have to have the sublimation as my step. Eligibility is a sublimation. And whether I am 100% achieved the sublimation or not. In Tamil, it is called Guna Nala Peru. Whether am I reaching that stage or not. If I reach 100%, I will be a realized person. Am I 100% achieved in that sublimation or not? How to know? Maharishi has given a 6 check post here. If you pass sublimation, you have to cross these 6 check post gates one by one. Then you entered into the area of divinity, right? Blissful state. Those 6 gate check post, I call that as a check post. I have to check myself. Am I passing or not passing? If I pass it one by one, gone. You are perfect. So now our target is top 3 resolution. 6 check post is there. Maharishi has so well designed these 6 gates. If I cross 2, the rest will by default will be very, very easy to achieve it. I am taking only the 2 check posts from that. Third one, I am keeping something else there. Now, first one is, 6 temperaments: greedy, anger, too much of attachment, immoral sexual passion, vengeance, inferiority, superiority complex. So these are the 6 checkposts Maharishi has kept between perfection and sublimation. Now, in order to prepare ourselves, Maharishi has kept 5 introspection topics, right? So we know that analysis of thought, moralization of desire, neutralization of anger, eradication of worries. Who am I? If I do that 5 introspection in a right sense, obviously these 6 gates, I should be easily jump at one place, one jump. I should be able to reach this perfection, stage of perfection. So let's analyze. First thing is greedy. Now, what should be my newer resolution? Maharishi wanted us to transform ourselves from the quality of greediness to contentment. First of all, my first resolution in 2025 should be contentment. I don't find fault in anything with anyone, anytime. Maharishi has written a beautiful poem, Kuraiganum Nenjudayor Valvinile. In Tamil, it is there. In English, those who find fault will get anger, worries, jealousy, and they lose not only the purpose of birth, they lose everything in their life. This is what the Maharishi says in Tamil. Everything is lost when I find fault in others. So contentment is not there, because Maharishi says there is no sinners in the world. Kutravali Pavi என்று யாரும் இல்லை. There is no sinners in the world. And it, I think one of the other Mahan sage who is living now, he also said, or he might have written a book, I think, there is no sinners in the world. Okay. So, because they are created to fulfill somebody's karma. That's it. So, we should not find fault. In order not to find fault with others, I should be contented with whatever happens around me. That's all. So, my first resolution is, am I contented in whatever I am getting in my life? If I am contented in my life, that means how I will find a fault. If I find a fault, there is a problem, shortage. So all those things are coming up. What Maharishi says, anger will come. All those 5 things will come out. And out of the 6 temperaments, 5 major sins are big sins are being done, right? So that will create a big sin in my life. So I should not do it. Okay. So now, first New Year resolution. How can I improve my contentment in 2025? Even if I find any fault, no. What I deserve, I get it. Full stop. That doesn't mean I should not work towards increasing my wealth. 100 crore to 1 crore to 10 crore, or 10 crore to 1000 crore. But if you see, there are a lot of people, business people or politician, or they are increasing their wealth. Do they have contentment? And why we should have a contentment? If contentment is there, I will not increase my wealth from 10 crore to 100 crore. Should I do it or should I not do it? Strictly speaking, according to Vedatriyam, not required. Because if you are realized person, whatever you need, whenever you need, you will get it. Why I have to keep it, protect it, and lose my sleep also? So it's unnecessary. But practically we feel, we are not that level. So we started earning, saving, and protecting for our kids at least, right? So nothing wrong in it. Keeping ambition is okay. But contentment is very, very important. If somebody keeps on going after money without contentment, obviously there is a side effect attached to it. They will see the negative effect of it later part of life, or kids will see it for sure. So contentment is very, very, very important. If I don't have a contentment, Maharishi says, I create all other sinful activities in my thinking process, words and action. So first resolution is contentment. If I don't have the contentment, I will get anger. So parallelly, we need to greedy. Anger is a second check post. So if I have anger, it's a problem. So I create a sin there. So the second is, the weakness for us is because we inherited animal qualities, animal imprints, that all 800 crores of animal imprints are with me. So a simple effort is not enough to convert anger into patience, greedy into contentment, anger into patience. So how much patience I have in my life? How can I improve that from 2024 to 2025? What should I do? People who wrote there, all of that is very important to achieve patience, like meditation, silence, introspection. All those practices, including Nadisutti Pranayama, will help to achieve patience. Anyway, so the second resolution, I think patience should be my target. And patience is contentment and patience were among that 14 parameters which I have been using it since last 15 years. Both are there. Contentment. Contentment means how from morning to night, for example, I am living. Oh my God, now I have to take a bath. Oh, I have to now cook. Oh my God, I have to use a washing machine and all that clothes, I have to dry it. Finished. I have to put zero for myself. That is a duty. If I can't perform my duty with full happiness, I am not contented. I am now what God will have to give more troubles to me to test my patience. Problem will keep on coming unless I observe patience when things are imperfect around me. When everything goes, I am patient. Oh, this is nothing great. Things outside are imperfect. I have to be perfect. That is the final ultimate goal, perfection. So, patience, to test my patience, problems will come. All unexpected things can happen. All things can go wrong. Even if I ensure, even if I use my intellect 200%. Not in my control. Result is not in my control. So the patience is very, very, very important. That's a that's a second point. And the third point, give me a second. I don't want to do a mistake. How to the third resolution is Maharishi has given a beautiful see why I keep this as my third resolution. Actually, I also keep that as my New Year resolution. Uh, Many times we have been regularly practicing meditation for years. People are practicing for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. Still, are they into that category? Like whatever they think it is happening and what is not happening is possible, and internally they are in the full fulfillment. And are they able to shed light to millions of people around us, around them? All that indications we still feel because we all are living with families and there are so many commitments. So we do meditation. Out of meditation, how much energy I get, how much power I get, how much I empower myself because of meditation, all that gain is exhausted in our day-to-day activities. And if there is less energy left to use it for achieving my first year, the first resolution and second resolution. So Maharishi has written a poem in which he says, today's people are, everybody is busy in managing their day-to-day activities. Like a treadmill, they are busy. How can I go towards that? So my New Year resolution is, third one is silence. If I observe what Maharishi says in a poem, if you give rest to your consciousness, your intellect, that is a real rest for you. That will increase your energy and that will make your inner light more bright. This is what he wrote in the poem. So, the third resolution, in my view, should be silence. Every day, 1 hour, 2 hour, half an hour, or a weekly 1 day, or weekly half day, monthly 1 day, half day, 2 day, yearly 1 week, whatever possible according to our other duties. If we can aim for it, that alone will give us willpower to implement those two resolution to make it reality, to make it happen. Because unless if I have less willpower, I will not be able to follow what I promised to myself. So new Year resolution will dilute slowly in few weeks time. So willpower is increased not only by meditation, much more powerful than meditation is silence. Because meditation we don't do it more than half an hour. Silence we must do it more than half an hour is of no, is not much use, right? So I have suggested, recommended to many people, don't do meditation. In that half an hour you do silence, like that. So if I can observe silence every day, assume in 6 months time how much willpower I will have it, how much my intellectual capability will increase. Maharishi says perspicacity will increase, going beyond my senses, sensual ESP, extrasensual perception, to know the truth. So that power will increase. So the three New Year resolution, in my view, is contentment, patience, and the third is silence. There is a practice for it, not a action. Of course, it is an action, but I have to observe silence every day. So if I can make it, definitely. Whether it is possible to make it or not, if I say impossible, it is a superstition because I never tried. How can I say that impossible? If I ask, is it possible? If I say impossible, stupid because I haven't even tried. Is it possible? That means I myself don't have confidence on me. How he will have confidence on me to get me more prosperous life? Not possible. I have to have confidence on me. So asking a question, is it possible itself? Lack of confidence on me. Self-esteem is too low. Not even God cannot help. I have to have confidence. Yes, it is possible. That shows my self confidence and that will bring the result. 30 years back, people said, unless you see, you don't believe it. 30 years back, one scientist, he got a Nobel Prize, I think. He changed the concept ulta. Unless you believe, you will never see it. Earlier days, unless you see it, don't believe it. Now, unless you believe it, you can't see it. I believe it is possible for me. Why not for everyone? So, with this, I conclude my today's lecture. Thank you. Sorry for the small interruption. Thank you.